Hey, another rant, another super rant. Real quick. Not gonna try to make it long, but there's been a couple of things. I am burning up. I am toasting in here because I have all these clothes on. I'm about to go outside, which is so I'm in a kind of a funk. And so, first thing I want to rant on Apple. Okay, but there's only certain things that really annoy me more than what Apple, some of the things that Apple has kind of slowed down. Like, my thing about them is them giving away money. And I'm one of the users back in 1998, 99 that, 10 years ago when they were falling on their ass, and now they're doing stuff like when they get big and prideful, that they want to delve into moral issues that really isn't their concern. So, them donating money to moral issues that are baseless, not based on any kind of moral standard. So I really have a problem with Apple for doing that. Okay, now that has nothing to do with I'm not specific about any group or anything like that. I'm not talking about that or not coming off at them. I'm coming off of the action of Apple making that move. It's just stupid. Okay, so another thing that Apple is doing is stupid. It's like, and HT, I have two high definition $2,000 monitors. They're $2,000 each. Okay, somewhere around that. Okay, look at my hand. Compared to this monitor. This is HD resolution, true HD resolution. It goes up to what? What does that say? And it's okay, but it goes up to 560 pixels by 16 million. I'm sorry. Millions of colors, yeah. 2,560 pixels by 1,600 pixels. Okay, I don't even use it at that resolution. But here's my problem: is that when you download a video and it says HD, it has to actually be shot with a high resolution HD camera. So if it's not really that, if it's not really shot with that kind of camera, you're not gonna get HD. This is Smashing Pumpkins. When you can decide. If you zoom in, the rule is garbage in, garbage out. And so you can't get more in, you can't get more out of what you put in. So it's not really doing that. But that's not really this is a combined rant of that and political stuff. Why is this economic situation? How is it that you have, I might have to do this later, but I just can't understand how you have a nation of leaders and they have oil companies and they get in trouble behind the oil companies, Enron, Dick Cheney, and all those Bush and the CIA and all of that. And they're doing stuff, starting wars, stealing elections, doing all this crap. And then and then we have a new administration, and those guys aren't persecuted, going to jail. I mean, the economy, it sucks right now. I mean, how do you do that and get away with it? How are they allowed to get away with it? Is what I don't understand. I understand. I mean, like people can be that greedy and manipulative and stuff like that. But how do other people, like millions of other people, sit and watch it and just like don't have anything to say about it? Why are these men not in jail? I mean, they sucked all the money. I mean, the oil industry made a surplus of billions of dollars. And our economy is suffering because of minus billions of dollars. So everything that they set up to funnel that money into them is obviously the vacuum that is in our economy now. And why don't people realize that? It's like, okay, to solve this problem, give the money back. It's that simple. we're gonna take the money back. I mean, this is obviously the problem. There should be some type of legislation or something, and this is why I don't have a problem with what Brock says about spreading the wealth. It's like, they stole the wealth. They have all the wealth. How are they allowed to be rich millionaires, billionaires? I mean, from manipulating the government illegally. And then everybody else starves, and they just sit and just, hey, la 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 la, we'll fix it somehow. I'm not talking about Barack, and really, Barack, as soon as, as soon as he steps out of line, as far as I am concerned, he's gonna get smashed like a pumpkin too. Speaking of smashing pumpkins. Your mom. Anyway, so I just happened to download that. I hope that's not a copyright infringement. I just happened to be downloading it, and I got mad about this. And so that is not really the true HD resolution. It's clear, it's sharp, but it's not really true HD resolution. It's got to be shot with a true HD camera, to be really true HD. It says 1920 by 1080. But you know what? That's okay resolution, but it's not so bad. But the point is I'm so mad about Cheney that anything else that messes me up or make me mad, I want to argue about that. Like my father told me to go to church, and I hate when he does that. Go to church. I'm like, I don't need you to tell me to go to church. I've been going to church for 15 years out of town. And plus I'm grown. But yeah, I get mad about that. And instead of arguing about going to church and how mad that makes me, I'm going to argue about Dick Cheney. So my father will be telling me to go to church, and I'll be like, well, Dick Cheney done stole $1 million in the Bush administration, and why are they floating all over the country? Why are I used to work for Philip Morris, and the guy who was the head of that, Jeffrey Bible, the CEO, and Mike Szymanczyk, I was told these guys can't leave the country without somebody knowing it. How are people that have political United States power able to just waltz around the world? That should never be. And you know what? They need to not only watch the Clintons on that part, but also Ashcroft and those guys who are out there trying to steal American freedoms and start this bullcrap about who are real patriots when obviously they're Nazis. Anyway, it's just mad. But I tell you, if somebody step on my foot, I will not be arguing about my shoe. I will be arguing about Dick Cheney or the Bushes. That's how mad that makes me. It's like, stomp my toe and I'll be arguing about them. Oh, God have mercy.